This is Matador News, and here are today's headlines. President Obama meets with Cuban President Raul Castro.
All right, thank you, everybody.
No federal funds pay for abortion services.
Planned Parenthood president goes to Capitol Hill. And today is National Coffee Day.
Hello and welcome to Matador News. I'm Daisy Lightfoot.
And I'm Dazhanae Howard.
President Obama and Cuban President Raul Castro met for the first face-to-face encounter between the two countries' leaders in half a century. The meeting took place as an effort to ease decades-old tensions and change the dynamics between the countries. Castro said he is ready for improved relations despite the long and complicated history, but citizens need to be patient. It wasn't announced if Cuba would be removed from the United States list of sponsors of terrorism. President Obama said while the countries will continue to have their differences, they are ready to take steps to advance relations through mutual interests.
The president of Planned Parenthood says her organization's government funding has not been for illegal use. Cecile Richards appeared before the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee to explain where the funding goes.
No federal funds pay for abortion services at Planned Parenthood or anywhere else, except in the very limited circumstances allowed by law. These are when the woman has been raped, has been the victim of incest, or when her life is endangered.
Republicans are accusing Richards of spending government money on political activities and lavish salaries. And some GOP leaders do not approve of using the remains of fetal tissue for medical research. They are threatening to shut down the government. Tomorrow's federal funding for Planned Parenthood is not stopped. The latest Pew research says 60% of the adults say they want to maintain funding for Planned Parenthood. 32% say it must be eliminated.
The U.S. is firing airstrikes on Taliban fighters after they invaded a major city in Afghanistan. The Afghanistan government sent troops to try and retake Kunduz. The Afghan troops were stalled by roadblocks and Taliban ambushes and have not been able to move closer to their target. Kunduz is one of Afghanistan's wealthiest and most strategic cities. A NATO officer says more strikes are unlikely because civilians are still in the city.
CSUN is receiving an award for diversity. Here is Matador News' Carla Gutierrez in the newsroom with more on the story.
Cal State Northridge is being recognized for its work on equity and diversity in higher education, employment, and research. The award was received over the weekend at the 16th National Role Models Conference in Maryland. CSUN's Equity and Diversity Director, Susan Hua, says this is a proud moment for the university.
And so it's a great recognition, great acknowledgement of all the great work that's been happening all around campus, whether it's in student affairs or on the employee side, in curriculum development. There's all these different programs on campus that I think are being recognized in a way that really shows that diversity is important to the university.
CSUN is home to over 40,000 students and offers one of the largest and most diverse selections of ethnic studies in the nation. Some CSUN students believe that diversity is good for the campus.
Other people who come in that are international students, we get to know more about their cultures, and we see the differences that we wouldn't see if they weren't here.
Just walking around, I see just different people, and I don't really think too much about it.
CSUN offers a number of diversity programs to help support students while they are here. Stay tuned for our interview with a representative of the Educational Opportunity Program. Now back to Daisy in the newsroom.
2 men have been arrested in connection with a murder of a UCLA student. Andrea Del Vesco was found dead inside a burning apartment a week ago. Eric Marquez, who was studying biology at UCLA, and Alberto Medina, both 22 years old, are in custody. The LAPD did not say whether Del Vesco knew Marquez or Medina. Del Vesco's body was found on September 21st by firefighters about a block away from the Westwood campus. Del Vesco had been arrested and charged this summer with drug possession. She had pleaded not guilty and was scheduled to appear in court last week. Medina's father says his son told him he did not do it. Marquez's mother says her son wanted to become a doctor and she does not believe the allegations.
A 54-year-old Lancaster woman is recovering after local police say she was kidnapped and beaten for a year. Deputies found her inside a shed in the backyard of a home after reports of screaming. Police say the woman's brother and his girlfriend locked her up and tormented her for the purpose of revenge and extortion. The Los Angeles District Attorney's Office says the brother and his girlfriend are set to be arraigned today in charges of torture, imprisonment, assault, and abuse. If convicted, the couple will face up to life in state prison.
Now here's Caitlin Peih with sports news.
Thank you, Daisy. The Dodgers have a chance to clinch for their third straight National League West Division title tonight. The Dodgers were unable to secure their spot last night against the Giants. Pinch hitter Alejandro De Aza helped the Giants win the 12th inning. The Dodgers are 0-7 in San Francisco this season. The Dodgers have lost 4 straight and 8 of their last 10 games. If the Dodgers win in a division crowd in San Francisco tonight, it will be the first time in 38 years. Family and friends remember Yogi Berra at his private funeral at the Church of the Immaculate Conception in Montclair, New Jersey. Current and former Yankees and Mets players attended the funeral, including Hank Steinbrenner and Jackie Robinson's widow. Lawrence Peter Berra, better known as Yogi, was given military honors for his service during World War II. He spent 18 years with the Yankees and his final year playing for the Mets. Berra later went on to coach both teams. He is best known for his 10 World Series, 3 MVPs, and most World Series rings. The Yankees added an 8 patch to their uniforms, and the Empire State Building was in the blue and white pinstripes in honor of Berra. The 90-year-old died of natural causes in his sleep last week. Let's go over to Aurabella Hernandez with the latest in business news.
Tesla Motors is preparing to launch its first SUV model in Fremont, California. The electric car company has been taking orders on the new model since 2012. At end of last year, 20,000 reservations were placed. The target is to sell up to 55,000 cars. The model has Falcon Wing rear doors, parking sensors, blind spots, and more. It includes a 3-seat second row and a flat folding 2-seat third row. Tesla Motors CEO Elon Musk tweeted that Model X is $5,000 more than the S model. That is due to the larger size. Car reviewers say the new model is going to beat off all SUV manufacturers. California State University Northridge is unveiling a new plaque in honor of trailblazers who made a big difference here at CSUN. Here's Matador News reporter Taylor Nwankwo with more on the story.
I'm here with Leslie DeLeon-Tzic from the EOP program to talk about honoring trailblazers with a monumental plaque. For CSUN students who don't know what EOP is, can you explain what it is?
Sure. EOP stands for the Educational Opportunity Programs. We've been in existence for 46 years, and we are dedicated to helping historically low-income, first-generation, underrepresented, and underserved students.
Can you explain what this event is about?
This event, September is EOP month, and each year we take the opportunity to celebrate the program, celebrate its students. This year we have something completely special planned because thanks to a wonderful donation from longtime faculty, Professor Glenn-Omatsu, we will now have a monumental plaque in dedication to the students who helped create the program. The students, the staff, and the administrators who helped create the program.
What does this plaque represent for the EOP?
For us, it represents an opportunity to acknowledge the efforts of these courageous people. Back in the late 1960s, there was only a handful of minority students on campus. There wasn't a lot of African American and Mexican American students. So now, to be considered one of the most diverse institutions in the nation, it's all thanks to the efforts and for those who fought to have the program and to have support services for minority students.
Okay. The unveiling of the plaque will be held tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning in front of the Sundial Fountain. Now back to Caitlin in the studio with health.
New research shows women with early-stage breast cancer may not need chemotherapy. Some women may need only hormone-based anti-tumor drugs to prolong survival. Researchers created a gene-based test that scans 21 genes to see the tumor's strengths and weaknesses. People with lower scores will be able to use hormone-based drug therapies, while higher scores indicate chemotherapy is needed. Right now, the test costs $3,500. Let's go back to Aurabella with today's news and entertainment.
Trevor Noah makes his debut on The Daily Show on Comedy Central this week. Noah replaced Jon Stewart, who anchored the show for more than 15 years. Reviews of the new host have been mixed but overall positive. First on the guest list is comedian Kevin Hart. Other guests to come this week include the Republican candidate for president Chris Christie and Ryan Adams performing a song of his new cover album of Taylor Swift's 1989. Critics say Noah needs to have time to fill the big shoes of Jon Stewart, but is making a good start. Paul Walker's 16-year-old daughter is suing Porsche. She says that the car maker made mistakes in the design that led to her father's death. Her lawsuit claims the seatbelt snapped Walker's torso, breaking his ribs and pelvis. It also claims the car caught on fire because of mechanical failures. Porsche has not publicly responded. Walker died last year in a car accident after leaving a charity event in Valencia. Now let's send it back to Daisy.
If you're in the middle of your daytime grind, don't forget today is National Coffee Day. You can get discounts or free cups of joe at plenty of businesses across Los Angeles and beyond. Coffee super chain Starbucks is oddly not offering discounts to customers, but Pete's Coffee and Tea and Dunkin' Donuts are giving out free small cups of coffee. And Krispy Kreme, who is also giving away a free donut to celebrate the holiday. Well, if you're out there and would like to grab coffee for the Matador newsroom, I'm sure none of us would be opposed. Thank you for watching Matador News, and remember to follow us on Twitter at MataNewsCast for the latest updates. I'm Daisy Lightfoot.
And I'm Dazhanae Howard.